Hello, I'm Vidushi Sinha, your host for the day, and welcome to yet another episode of Quarantine Blues. Today's episode is called Choose Your Own Adventure, and the story we are going to witness is slightly different than the ones we see every day. For the entire world, being confined in their homes has snipped them away from the normalcy of their lives. The hassle, the tussle for the hassle, the adventure has birthed in them a feeling of cabin fever, or as we like to call it, the quarantine blues. However, for these five best friends, the lockdown provided them the golden chance to seek an adventure like no other before. Let's look at what they have.
Namaste, I am Kancha, and for a nature lover like me, there can be nothing better than visiting a national park after a hard week's work. And what better to visit one from the comfort of your own houses? At first, we are going to an adventure of Gir National Park. It is established by the Nawab of Junagadh in 1965 for the purpose of saving the lions. Lions are killed by the Britishers and the Maharajas for their own pleasure. It is located in the northeast of Somnath and southeast of Junagadh. It has a tropical monsoon climate with 10 degrees Celsius temperature in winter and 45 degrees Celsius temperature in summer, along with heavy precipitation during August and July. It has 300 bird species, 37 reptile species, 39 mammal species, and 2,000 insect species. The animals inhabiting this land are large in number, like Asiatic lions, leopards, striped hyena, deer, and so on. Birds are also in large number, like peacock, owl, white-rumped vulture, and etc. Like flora, fauna is also fauna. Plants are also in large varieties and species. They cover a large tract of this park, like tendu, banyan, mango tree, and so on. So friends, was it absolutely thrilling to witness India's amazing and beautiful wilderness and even stepping out of your own house? Over to Mona.
Asante Akansha. Now moving a little down south, whether you are a keen first-timer or an old safari hand like me, then the Saharan landscape and the African wildlife will never fail to get under your skin. Trekking volcanic craters or sightings of leopards killing their prey or flamingos basking under the sun, we've got it all covered in KRUGER National Park, established in Africa. So prep your cameras and wear your khakis and let's go on a dauntless mixture of once-in-a-lifetime experiences in breathtaking scenes of Africa, again in the comfort of your home. Today I'm going to give you all a virtual visual tour of KRUGER National Park that is in Africa. KRUGER National Park is a South African national park and one of the largest game reserves in Africa. Areas of the park were first protected by the government of South African Republic in 1898 and it became South Africa's first national park in 1962. All the big five game animals are found at KRUGER National Park, which has more species of large animals than any other African game reserve. The climate of KRUGER National Park and Lowveld is subtropical. Summer days are humid and hot. The rainy season is from September until May. The park is part of KRUGER to Canyons Biosphere, an area designated by the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, as an international man and biosphere. I hope you all enjoy the virtual visual tour of the stunning African landscapes of KRUGER National Park. Take it away, Akshata.
After traversing to the amazing African wildlife, we come across to Europe. Europe has an abundance of national parks worth exploring as well. Whether your thing is hiking fjords in Norway or exploring the castle ruins in Portugal or sampling the local cheese in Slovenia, the national parks of Europe appeal to a wide range of interests. Let me now take you all on a virtual visit to a very beautiful national park of Europe, the Lake District National Park, which is situated in northern England. The Lake District National Park is situated in Cumbria, northwest England. A popular vacation destination, it's known for its glacial ribbon lakes, rugged fell mountains, and historic literary associations. The Lake District covers about 1% of all the land area in Great Britain. The Lake District is home to England's highest peaks, and Scafell Pike tops the list at 3,210 feet, that is 978 meters. These mountains, known locally as fells, may be modest compared with the world's great ranges, but their beauty is certainly worthy of lofty standing. The national park covers an area of 866 square miles, that is 2,243 square kilometers. The famous lake-strewn valleys of the region radiate from a core of central mountains, thus making through routes difficult to establish, but also contributing to the distinctive character that makes the entire Lake District attractive to tourists. The spectacular scenery of the Lake District has drawn literary figures for generations. One of the most popular was William Wordsworth, who lived at Dove Cottage, which is now a museum of poets' life and books. The main attraction is the lakes and fells, carved by glacial erosion and providing dramatic and inspiring scenery, although much modified by man's intervention, mainly by farming. When we think of Europe, it is very easy to fall into the trap of thinking of cities, the glistening skies of Paris, the red coal routes of London, or the cobblestone walkways of Rome. But after this amazing virtual escape to one of the most beautiful national parks of Europe, my outlook on traveling to Europe has completely transcended. Let's see where Prachi will take us. Greetings from America. Thank you, Akshita, for the wonderful and exhilarating trip. Now it is time for America. I'm going to take you to the Yellowstone National Park.
Moving ahead with our beautiful and soulful journey, we now move to the land of Uncle Sam. Yes, you guessed it, the United States of America. The US is fortunate to have an abundance of beautiful parks to explore. Putting it all together, there are over 390 sites that the US National Park Service maintains, from national parks, national monuments, seashores, battlefields, and more. To top that off, there are hundreds of sites by the Forest Service, Bureau of Land Management, and so much more. Whether you are on the West Coast, the East Coast, in the Rockies, or located in the Midwest, there are more than enough opportunities to get outdoors and enjoy one of these magnificent parks. Parks offer everything from wonderful hiking trails, photography, and wildlife. Today, in this virtual visit, we're going to explore the Yellowstone National Park. This beautiful park became the world's first national park on March 1st, 1872. The park originally comprised of 1.7 million acres of land. The Yellowstone National Park preserves more than 10,000 hydrothermal features. There are some more glorious. Firstly, let's start with one of the world's largest volcanoes that lies beneath the Yellowstone. The first major eruption occurred 2.1 million years ago, giving it the title of supervolcano. The eruption resulted in covering more than 5,790 square miles with ash. The volcano is still active till this day, although it has been 70,000 years since the last. The Yellowstone is home to estimated 300 species of bird, 16 types of fish, and 67 species of mammals. The mammals include grizzly bears, wolves, lynx, fox, moose, and elk. Did you know the Yellowstone Park has its own Grand Canyon? Yes, a Grand Canyon similar to the one located in Arizona. It was created by erosion from the Yellowstone River. The canyon is 1,000 feet deep, 1,500 to 4,000 feet wide, and aside from its mountains and spectacular deep glacier-carved valleys, the park has unusual geological features, including fossil forests, eroded basaltic lava flows, a black obsidian mountain, and odd erosional forms. I would definitely recommend you to see this scenic and beautiful park soon. Thank you for joining me in this adventure. And now, for the last time, over to you, sir.
Thank you for joining me in this wonderful virtual tour. And now for the last time, off to you, Serbi.
Thank you, Prachi. That was exhilarating. Now that we have covered almost all the continents, let us proceed to the one that we call the country down under. Yes, I'm talking about Australia. Though on the western coast you can find wallabies and kangaroos galore, but today we will be talking about the northern part of the island continent. I'm talking about Kakadu National Park, which is the largest in Australia. So let's get on board and enjoy the journey. Renowned for its rich Aboriginal cultural sites, Kakadu National Park is a protected area in the Northern Territory of Australia, located at what the Australians call the top end. A UNESCO World Heritage Site, the park is the largest in Australia, nearly half the size of Switzerland. Kakadu is ecologically and biologically diverse, consisting of 4 major river systems and 6 major landforms. The flora here consists mainly of eucalyptus woodland and resurrection grasses that are able to cope with extreme heat and periods of torrential rain. Let's talk now about the Stone Country. The canyon formation due to erosion of Arnhem Land Plateau along with the escarpment complex together consist of what is called the Stone Country. The climate is monsoonal, characterized by dry season and wet season. Troughs and deep gorges are a common sight, while 70% of the park consists of lowlands. The soils here are shallow and overlie extensive sheets of laterite, forming a profile of strongly leached rocks. During the dry season, water recedes into creeks and isolated waterholes called billabongs, and forest fires become usual. Kakadu is a major tourist attraction. There are several accommodations in Jabiru town with a wide range of services. Its dramatic landscape, abundant wildlife, and cultural significance draws visitors. Hitchhiking and fishing, along with swimming the creeks, are adventure activities that can be undertaken. There are beautiful waterfalls like Twin Falls and Jim Jim Falls in Kakadu, which are at their best in the monsoon season. Estuaries, floodplains, and lowlands, including tidal flats, make Kakadu host to a remarkable variety of physical features. Aboriginal people have occupied the Kakadu area continuously for 40,000 years. The art sites of Ubir, Nanguluwar, and Burungwe are internationally recognized as outstanding examples of Aboriginal art. Animals depicted in these are catfish, wallabies, turtles, and even the Tasmanian tiger. Also present are images of the rainbow serpent, as well as of the mischievous Mimi spirits. The true meaning of these have been lost, but they all had a purpose, with some of their stories dating back to strong 20,000 years. If the cities of Australia are its heart, the national parks are the country's soul. Yellowwater Billabong on board of wildlife cruise is an ideal spot for bird watching and crocodile spotting. Kakadu flaunts over 280 bird species and 60 mammal species, including black-necked stork, magpie geese, freshwater crocodile, saltwater crocodile, and among 1,600 plant species and 117 wetland species, the white-bellied sea eagle stands out. The Ranger uranium mine is surrounded by the park, and estuaries, tidal flats consist of dominant habitats of mangrove swamps, and samphire flats are home to an array of plants and animals. Most of Kakadu was under a shallow sea millions of years ago, with an escarpment wall formed from the erstwhile sea cliffs. The Arnhem land was formed from a flat plateau above the sea. The plateau top is a harsh, dry environment where water drains quickly and topsoil is scarce. Pockets of open forests have developed here. So, if you are an adventurer seeking to reunite with the past heritage, then Kakadu National Park is just the place for you.
This brings us to the end of this tour. I hope you enjoyed traveling with us. That just stupefying. Such unusual stories never cease to inspire us. So what, we can't move out of our houses? These 5 friends, they completely changed my outlook on traveling. We may all be temporarily grounded, but thanks to the miracles of the internet, we can tour this big, beautiful world from pretty much anywhere, with the added bonus of not having to deal with lines and fellow tourists. Virtual tours can pretty much take you anywhere, from distant lands to historic museums to your local zoo to these wonderful national parks. Through them, you can witness eye-popping natural phenomena, explore mountain tops and deep caverns, and tour cities you have always dreamt of visiting. And you can do all of this from the couch. I hope this yet another episode could help you all to deal with the unavoidable quarantine blues. Stay tuned for more, and thank you all for being such a wonderful audience. Signing off as your host for the day, I am Vidushi Sinha and you're watching Channel 1.